Good morning, Solace. I found out that tomatoes are the most value added product ready crop to grow. We're going in, period. In addition to that, I'm going to the farm this morning to go ahead and put some seeds down. Uh, I got some super sweet 100s, some sun golds, as well as I think a couple other varieties. I'm gonna make a quick choice. I know I'm for sure I'm gonna grow my super sweet 100s. Them things are so. Whew, I don't know. I don't know. The color spectrum of what the Most High has put on the earth in every aspect, whether it's foliage, whether it's plumage, whether it is you know edible plants and stuff. It always amazes me because and maybe it's just my eyes as it pertains to detecting color are a little bit more sensitive, but it's the kind of thing that to me I haven't gotten over it yet. It's a really beautiful thing. So we're gonna do super sweet 100s. We're gonna throw a few heads of lettuce down, not many because we only have a 4x8, and I do not want to overcrowd this thing. I believe that I might be able to get 2 tomato plants, and then some garlic, and then a few heads of lettuce. So I might, on one half of it, I might, catty corner be able to, if I have a square catty corner, like if my face is a square, right here, then catty corner, I might have a tomato plant here and then garlic over here. You know what I mean? And then on the other half of it, I'll have a few heads of lettuce, and that'll be that. And I'll go into my actual cash crop, which finding out now, and now is when you want to find it out that it's tomatoes. It is tomatoes. We are growing every variety too. We're going to get busy. So stay tuned because what's going to happen is in a little bit here, I'm going to take off. I'll end up at New Roots. If you're in the area, show up. Um, I'm working on a very big event, y'all. And again, sisters, if you are a Judite, if you're a Negro woman, black woman, I need I need a whole bunch from you. So get with me as soon as possible, right away. Leave me a message in the comments. Drop me a message. By the way, when you send me a message, TikTok does not want. I'm gonna tell you this. TikTok does not want us connecting. They mess with the messages and how the messages come through. So just be patient with me because the way it comes through is it seems like it's like some type of like a hack, like an invasion, like somebody just pops up and on your side you're seeing that you sent a message saying hi and you never sent that message. That happens to me every single time. If I start a conversation with somebody, it goes in exactly as I say. If they start a conversation with me, when I get what they're saying to me, I always see the message on my side as though I said hi first, and it angers me. So I'm immediately, yo, I didn't say hi, screw you, and you know what I mean? Because it feels like you're putting words in my mouth, kind of thing. But in reality, it's like you're putting, letters in in my fingers. It's weird, and TikTok, Chinese, forgery is their culture. So this type of thing, they're all about warfare. So don't be fooled. Don't let anybody tell you, oh, you don't have to be like that. It's just their culture. Yeah, it is their culture, and it's a way of war, because the communists, that's how they are. Internal conflict is a way of communism. That's it. That's a different tangent. We'll deal with that, maybe never. But let's go to the farm. All right, excuse the noise, but good things come to those who wait. We got some continuation here. We got a little bit of death, but we got some decent continuation. Looks like they're giving up. Wait a minute. Too much competition, it looks like. He can manage that. He deserves to live. Boom. Look at that. Not bad, right? Uh-oh. Okay, I was going to do that anyway. Give him a chance to compete before I terminate. Looks like this one's going to maybe Maybe that'll work. I'm gonna keep a couple muffin tops like that so I can do that again and again. Just look at that. It's already forming its leaves. How about it? So we got some other growth. Yep, let's see what happens. It looks like this one's doing just fine. Go ahead and pluck you. And there. Alright. So there's that. Let's go over to our sprouts. See what our sprouts are doing. This look. Like, it doesn't, like, in the strangest of places, you'll find it. I was so upset when I had seen that my plants were, ruined, or what I thought was ruined, and then I'm like, oh man, what if they live? Give them a chance. I gave them all a chance. Wouldn't you know they want to survive? How about it? I think I lost. No, not yet. I didn't lose it yet. Let's see to listen. Come on, baby. You can do it, honey. You can do it. Alright, so there's that. Let's go outside. We need to tend these a little bit better. Those look nice. Alright, so as you know, I'm greedy with this thing. I get into it really, really quickly, and then I forget about everything else, so I didn't catch at the beginning of the process. But basically what I'm doing is I'm hydrating the soil in my raised bed here. Alright, this is the new root bed, so I'm adding a little bit of compost. Not too much, because you can actually burn your plants if you have too much and it's too pure. And it's not cured down. And I'm using this weed hoe. I'm using this weed hoe to mix up the cake batter here. And I'm actually gonna take a couple of these piles, because like a lot of people are here today. So I'm gonna take these piles and I'm gonna throw them over there in my compost pile here. So I'm gonna do some mixing. You can see how it turns out. All right, well, for as innuendo as this may sound, what I have to do now to prepare the earth to bring forth fruit is make a hole and then put seed in the hole. You got to make sure that you can't just plant on top of the soil. But I realized that I made a mistake, and what I should have did is, instead of one hole in the middle, I should have made about 4 holes. About 4 holes like this, maybe. Oh Lord! And then what you're supposed to do is plant in per cell, and then of course whichever one is going to dominate, then that's the one you allow to live and propagate, and you cull the rest. But I think that something like that might be nice. There's gonna be one tomato, and then the other tomato will be right here. Right. You can barely see them divots. That's exactly how you want it, because you want them to start. You want them to start quick. So you see my garlic. Garlic is one of them plants like potatoes that it doesn't need for you to do extra work. That's why they start sprouting even when they're sitting in your cupboard. It doesn't need your help, kind of thing. Yeah. All right. Go ahead and get our our seeds over here. Make sure you always read your label. Super Sweet 100. Quarter-inch, 2 to 3 seeds. All right, per cell. All right. Transplant, best starts, boom, boom, boom. All right, so there goes that. So 2 to 3 seeds every hole. All right, so we went ahead and we threw some down. You can hopefully see the seeds there. There they go. Let me see if I can make them out. Yeah, there you go. And then over here as well. You see them in there? Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. I said two per cell. Right. There we go. You know, we'll cover them up slightly because we want them to sprout. And when you cover these little guys up slightly, that's all you want. That is all you want. This right here, that's all you want. That's all you need. You don't want to make them fight to live. You want to help them. And what I did, something I like to do, is I went ahead and I moistened the soil beforehand. Go ahead and throw just a little bit there to protect them. Give them some protection from that sun a little bit. But yeah, no, other than that, see these guys in here. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so there's that. So now we got our tomatoes and our garlic down. And this is our pineapples, and then those are our super sweet. So let me make sure I get my labels here. So I actually almost forgot. Yeah, the super sweets, they're already in the garbage, the labeling, but the super sweet 100s, those are, I'm gonna go ahead and label these real quick. All right, so I got my prospects ready for my lettuce. One thing I will say is, these are prospect holes. You're not gonna bury no damn lettuce 2 inches deep. They're just prospect holes. You're gonna fill most of that in before you even let a seed touch that. And then once we're done, we're done. I'm not watering because everything is nice and moist. If you look, this is hydrated soil. I might give a light spritz, as they say. But that's it. Well, all right, Solace, that's that. We got a couple things that went down. We got some pineapple tomatoes. We got some garlic. I got some green leaf lettuce. Let's see, Woody. We got some ruby red leaf. Let's have the back camera focus. Yeah, whatever. And then we got our super sweet tomatoes. And a little bit more garlic. All right, let's see what happens. All right, and so for those of you who have been following, no, I haven't forgot about this one, but the water's been cut back here, so I'm not really sure how this is viable or what the workaround is gonna be. Yeah, that water is completely off, but so we have to develop a workaround or something, because there's that. So this one's on freeze for now, but I didn't really like this one anyway, so that doesn't hurt me, other than nothing should be going to waste. I hate that. All right, and that's that. It is time to go home, take a nap.